So yeah, at 6:30, we will start. This is Morris West, Vice Chair of the Albany Planning Board, substituting in the excused absence of Sean Wadsworth, calling the June 10th, 2024 monthly meeting to order at 6:30. Present, we have
Curtis Coleman.
Amalia Doris.
Jim Gerlin.
and excused are Sean Wadsworth and Brian Bailey. So for housekeeping, in the absence of two members, Amalia just joined us, but you are, I will appoint you as full member voting today.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, going through the agenda, minutes for last meeting. I think you're the only, you weren't here last, so any discussions, anything? Okay, I looked them over and they looked fine to me, so I'll make a motion to approve minutes as written.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so they carry, and three in favor, one abstain. And select board report.
Yeah, so the Route 16 informational meeting is Wednesday after the Board of Selectmen meeting. And the board's gonna meet at 4 on Wednesday. Got quite a bit going on, so that meeting will be after that meeting. The other thing was code enforcement. We've talked to Dave Pandora about coming on and doing some code enforcing and also like a post building permit inspection, all on call basis. It's, so we can respond to code issues that anyone reports. And then also on the building permit, just to follow up, because we've got a situation going on, which I'll get into in a minute, but where someone got a building permit and their end result was nothing like what the building permit was. So potentially have Dave doing those post-building permit inspections to make sure that things were done, or not done, nothing was done. So that's it on that. The last thing is, I guess we're asking the planning board to help define a secondary dwelling. I was looking at the accessory dwelling units, which it kind of defines what's allowed, but I think we need to define what is a secondary dwelling, or what's the word we want to use. It's not a residence, it's a dwelling. So basically what we run into is property owner put in for a building permit to repair or replace a bunkhouse that is non-conforming on this lot right now. And then looking into the property file, notice that the last permit that he got was for a rebuild of a shed, a 24 by 16 shed, I believe it was. The end result is a 25 by 16 shed with a kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms, linoleum floor, probably 12 windows, and a deck. I think it's maybe 8 by 16 deck or something like that onto this shed. And the property owner keeps calling it a shed, but it's not. It's a second dwelling. One of the things he asked us is, okay, what do I got to do to conform with? And I really not sure what to tell him other than get rid of the kitchen, get rid of the bathroom, get rid of the bedrooms. Or where is the line? Where does it become defined a dwelling? So.
Yeah, I know that Rick Allen's been pretty helpful with some of these planning issues.
Yeah.
Has he offered any type of opinion on it? 'Cause I mean.
Yeah, I pretty much recommended that we talk about it here
Yeah.
to start with.
Yeah.
But,
Talking for past experience with business like that, you know, I mean, you say it's a shed and then you end up with plumbing and things like that. The town where I come from in Vermont, define it, anything that is has plumbing is considered housing. And without plumbing is shed. You can have electricity, because if you're working, you know, machinery or something,
right,
you can have electricity, but no plumbing, so to speak, like, you know, water for
right.
toilets and things like that, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if that's help for anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great point. It's a detached dwelling.
This is a
right?
detached.
Detached, yeah.
I know there are some garages, I think, that you know better than I do, but I seem to recall some garages that do allow water.
Yeah, in like a residential main road, yeah, I mean.
No, I don't think, well, I think it was on Route 16 if I recall.
Yeah, so that would
correctly.
be commercial, so I think
Yeah.
that'd be different.
Okay.
But, I know it would be different. You know, I think that's something that we probably want to get in a work session and kind of draft the language and what we want to do.
Yeah.
I know we've had situations throughout the town in the last 25 years where that exactly is what's happened. They pull a permit for a dwelling, I mean, a shed, and all of a sudden it's someone's living in it.
Yeah,
And I think it's gonna become more and more of a problem with the cost of housing right now. So, it's definitely, I think, a opportunity to get into some sort of work session with, we can do a little research on it, what's the best language to do. I do think Rick is a great resource
Yeah.
with his consulting on
Right.
the issue. I don't know how that works, being he's a selectman also, but I would want to put a little time into it, researching it myself,
Right.
you know, and then draw some guidelines, you know, like what you mentioned. I mean, that's a good point right there, because that definitely, plumbing is obviously a big indicator of inhabitants.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and I think it's gonna become a problem for us. I do know a lot of towns allow a secondary dwelling on site that is a residence, so like, but we don't in
right.
our zoning.
Ours has to be attached.
Ours has to be attached, so is that the right thing, you know? Should we have it attached? That's a whole nother argument. I think the town of St. Louis, I think, has the ability to have multiple dwellings on the same lot.
Right,
So, you know,
That may break the condition in the town's bylaws or whatever, that I read that every lot have to have 2 acres, and it would be a single family lot. Then, I mean, you're contradicting, you have to rewrite that.
yeah, you're absolutely
I mean,
right. We would
it's,
have to rewrite it,
Mhm.
you know, and have the times change to maybe look at that again. I don't know. I mean, that's done in protection of the town, because
Mhm.
if you have multiple residences on one lot, you could potentially have multiple children that go to schools and multiple things. So I mean, it's definitely the 2 acre minimum in the frontage rules that we have in this town. They protect the taxpayers in the town that are currently paying.
correct.
So, and that's, that's very important.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody wants their taxes to go crazy like they do in Conway a little bit, so, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we get.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that, you know, when Sean returns, we could, you know, maybe set a time to define what, you know, to maybe get with the board or get with you
Yeah.
and just do a session and
Yeah.
I don't really know what else we can do.
Right, no, I think that's what we're looking for, so.
Yeah. And then I think at the enforcement end of it, I think that's good. I mean, I do see that there's a lot of things that sometimes people get ride permits for and,
Yeah.
you know, planning board approves it and then, you know, and we don't wanna be a town, we don't wanna go to the Conway level, not in my opinion. Like, we don't
Right.
wanna go to the so we wanna be a town that works with businesses and people building in the town, but we have to have some checks and measures.
Yeah, like this instance here is clearly a violation.
Right,
And it's clearly unfair to the rest of the residents who
right.
may have a need for something like that we're not allowed to do. So it's important to define it and enforce it.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you. Yeah, going through the agenda, I don't see a whole lot, that, you know, the new business, it says zoning map discussion. I don't know what to bring up.
Yeah, I mean, the zoning is just based on what's on Route 16. The current zoning right now is commercial is the Route 16 corridor. So lots that are above Route 16 corridor is a commercial district, everything else is residential. So, yeah, that's a whole different session, Morris.
Yeah, no, yeah, just going through, I don't see much unless anyone has any further discussions. Yeah, I don't think there's much on the agenda today. So, unless anyone has anything, I can bring it to the end and make a motion to adjourn.
I have nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Anyone second?
Second it?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. The meeting is called to an end at 6:42.